All right. And we figured it out. Finally. Welcome in, everybody hanging out. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with us. We're going to have a little bit of fun here. War Daddy Chadski here. I did a handful of videos and got a lot of stream requests. And I knew, I've been a part of a bunch of streams, and I was like, hey, that'll be fun. I got a bunch of stuff to do. We can hammer out the streams. And so Cortex has kind of been I've kind of gone the Padawan thing. Like, Cortex, how do I do this? And full disclosure, I'm a boomer, but I just know how to click buttons. And I figured it out, and you helped me figure it out. So thank you. You joined me today. How you doing, bud?
Of course. I'm great. Couldn't be better. Happy to be here and happy to help you on your journey.
Oh, on the journey. Here we go. Listen, the channel is, the channel is in a situation to where I wanted to do some videos. Anybody that knows me, I kind of think outside the box sometimes. I love to get nerded out in the game and get in depth, figure things out. Cortex, you always do it with me. Crix is great at doing it with us as well. We'll get on Specco Simulator and mess around. And I did have some thoughts. What happened was I put out one of those dissertations I write, as people say, Chadwick. You're getting yourself into writing dissertations and chapters, right? And so I was like, okay, should I just do a video? And they were like, yeah. And so did a video. It worked. I was like, okay, that was fun. Let's do another one. And the next thing you know, we're streaming, bro. So thanks for hanging. What are you working on over there? Are you going in and like making sure, just so we understand and we can pull the curtain back a little bit. Cortex, are you literally like going in and like putting up the link in different places that I don't see? Like, I need to know.
Yeah.
Nice.
Gotta promote my guy.
Okay. Thank you, man. Okay. So with all that being said, here's the account. Let me go ahead and see if I remembered how to do this. Let's take that one off. And today, okay, this is what's fun today. So the update came out last night. They went into some maintenance. I don't know how long it took. Typically, those of us in North America, we're asleep when they're doing this. But when it came online, how it works is they released VIP 19. As you can see, I have not touched anything. And it has taken like every ounce of fiber in my being to not touch these buttons. Because I'm ADD and I like the dopamine hits, and I click buttons and all that stuff. So I have kept this. And so we're going to go through it together and kind of how this thing works. I'm going to go ahead and open up these guys when we get to it. And at massive value, Cortex, we were talking about it, dude. 25 formation chests, for the value.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Along with the equipment mats actually works out as well. We'll take questions. We'll do all kinds of stuff today. I got the Shazar wheel. I can do the SVIP wheel. I got all kinds of stuff to do today, and appreciate for everybody for jumping in. And these are a lot of people that I know. Obviously Hungy and Buster, Andy, you're awesome. Nips, Marcel Hintz, never heard of you. Welcome in, buddy. QZ, let's go. And so as we get going here, anything that I can do and I can kind of show you guys, we'll open up those armaments, by the way. That's 50 legendary choice chests. So let's go. Broken Sigma, I am not free to play. I wish I was, but I am not. I think a safe way to say this is that I've got about 26 million VIP, so I think I'll be okay. If my math is right, Cortex, is that right?
I think so. I asked Fluffy how much he has.
What did you have?
155 mil.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, it's that's next level.
That is, what do we call that? Oh, FU money there.
I don't even know what to call that.
That's insane. Well, I got a few, so let's go ahead and do this, shall we? We'll go ahead and get to VIP 19. I think you got to 19 with your account, right?
I got to SVIP.
Oh, nice. I'm gonna go ahead and just spend all
the
low ones.
3 mil extra after SVIP even.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, because they gave the extra VIP that you'd claimed for free, right? So I got over 3 million in the mail.
Well, there it is. VIP 19. Let's go. Troop attack, training speed. Okay, so you get 5% troop attack. And this was my, okay, because you know me, bro. I'm a man of the people. And I love free-to-plays. I love mid-spinners. I love all of it. You know, it's all part of the community. And I don't want this to be so overpowering that further increases that chasm between, you know, whales and free-to-play players. And if they were going to give a troop buff, if they were going to give something that did not overpower, it would be 5% attack. Because, guys, 5% attack doesn't do anything.
It's really nothing.
It's really nothing. If it were 5% march speed, if it were 5% health, if it was another troop cap situation, then that would be a kind of, you know.
I mean, the training speed is nice, but for combat buffs, I mean, it's really nothing.
But even the training speed to an extent, you know, what I've noticed is people who play the game economically, mid-spenders, you know, free to play, those people who really do it right, they you know, they always have plenty of speed ups for training, and they always keep their power relatively low. So they're never, I mean, unless it's like a Zenith, they're never really pushing, you know, 10, 20, 30 million power. Where the big spenders, 5% training speeds, bro. That's an additional 5%. I mean, you fight your face off just for a 3% boost from an OL skin.
Right.
And so now they give you that training speed. So that's good. We'll claim this in the dailies.
Hello, Moles.
Oh, this guy.
Long time no see.
Moles, my guy. That's a blast from the past. I've seen him in the.
Also, you should probably make some mods Chad in chat, so in case
how do I do the mod thing?
So wait, I'll write a message. Maybe not that.
That's what's awesome about this. No, I can easily add you as a modder. I got you.
So you see, you can click like the dots and then
you got it. You got it.
All right, and you can add a few, whoever you want.
I got you.
To help you moderate chat in case some funny people come in here.
Tom, you think I sound younger? That is fantastic, bro. I wish I sounded like I was about 22 years old. That would be wonderful. You're checking out the stream. Look at what you get on that VIP 19. Great. The addition of the transmutation stone. That's awesome. And then I guess we're just going to go to SVIP. Let's go. Let's do it. I got plenty of this stuff. Just knock it out real quick. Here we go. Your VIP level has increased. Congratulations. You spend a ton of money. Thanks. Exclusive boosts and chests. So they increased the food, all this production. How much did they increase the production?
I don't think they did they?
I guess not. VIP bonuses?
No, I think it's
all the same.
No, I don't think they changed it at all.
So you just have access to the Supreme Wheel. Great. We'll spin that.
Yep. It's only cosmetics. And well, the daily chest is nice. You get the legendary armament today.
Nice. So we'll take that. So the formation choice chest is kind of, I mean, one of those every day is a big deal. I mean, that's a really big deal. I mean, you can't really go wrong with that, right? So you click that. You've got all this stuff. Before we do the Supreme Wheel, is that what we're calling it? Supreme Being Wheel? The Lilith gods, the rock gods, Supreme Wheel. Let's go.
The SVIP wheel, I guess.
We'll just take care of this.
Supreme Wheel? Oh, yeah, it is called the Supreme Wheel.
We'll just get this one done. So we went ahead and got the gold chest. I might have a little bit of flux, so I think we're okay there. So let's see. Hopefully I've got my spam blocker up and my AC chat blocker, as Elias chat's kind of going crazy. For anybody that doesn't know me, I've been playing the game a long time. Almost 5 years now. Been in massive kingdoms. Been in great KVKs. Been in toxic kingdoms. Been in toxic KVKs. I've pretty much run the gamut. I know just about everybody in the community or of everybody, especially the bigger groups and some of the bigger kingdoms. Cortex, I started playing with you a couple of years ago and came over and hung out with you guys when we were doing our stuff in 254. And then had a couple of different side quests since then and had a lot of fun. But now we're chilling in 2293. We know some guys here, just hanging out with some friends and some good players, and fought a good kind of high AC KVK. I mean, we were Imperium, and so was 2934 when we fought them, and so that was a fun KVK we got to play in. And so now we're just looking at the next KVK coming up, and you've got Warriors Unbound, and we all are projecting that the Britain KVK will come with it. So that might be one we're looking at in 2293, and so. The guys that are here running things are pretty good, and they're really good in KVK, very organized and a lot of fun. So any information on that, you can go to their migration Discord. I know they're always recruiting and stuff, but we started doing some of these videos, and we started kind of looking in depth on some of the different commanders and things, and then it was just inherent. It was like, Chadski, do a live stream, and I'm like, what? No, I don't know how to live stream. And you kept saying, hey, dude, it's easy. I can help you. And then I'm over here. Dude, I was like playing with an erector set as a toddler. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. And so, luckily, we got it hooked up. And appreciate everybody for jumping in. You got any questions or anything, you can throw it up in the chat. Anybody that knows me knows that I reply to just about everybody. Anybody in game, on Discord, or anybody on the chats. If you guys have thrown up a comment on any of the streams I've done, typically I'll reply if it's something you're asking about. And so anybody that knows me or plays with me, I bring a lot of energy. I have a lot of fun. I love the game. I'm passionate about it. And I wouldn't say easy going because I'm a little too amped up to be easy going, but I've always kind of been labeled the happy warrior. I love playing the game, love the community. Don't really get at odds with anybody. And so, I just figured it was a pretty good thing to do. Moles, the alt is still in 2605, bro. Just chilling. I'm the only main there. and so it's Yoda's account's still there, but it's dormant. And so it's just like, there's just nothing going on there. But what is funny, Cortex, is people don't realize this. There is a whole community out there of, low AC, but really B and C and D kingdoms. And they get into these KVKs. So 2605 queues for a KVK. And the beauty is you can join the alliances in your camp and you can do all that stuff.
Right.
And the next thing you know, even though it's just like me and like maybe one or two other people, we're in a KVK and we're playing it, and these people have no clue on the competitive side. They don't use Discord. Yeah. They don't. Everything's in game, and it was so endearing to go back and check out because it was almost like going back in time when I first started playing the game. And they're just out there running around having a good time. Not much coordination going on. Put up a rally. There is no murder ball pushing with it. I mean, and it really is a blast. But what's crazy is that community. That kind of more casual gameplay community is 10 times larger than the competitive community that you and I live in every day. And so that's what I just found so crazy about all of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is crazy. It's crazy how it all works. It's a small world.
So you opened up the VIP stuff. Give me your thoughts. Yeah. So you got 5% boost in training, 5% boost in attack. Do you think they did it right?
I think it's, at least for the combat buffs, it's 5% attack, right? Which is, relatively small. And for VIP, SVIP, there's no buffs at all. It's pure cosmetic, apart from obviously the daily legendary armament chest, which is valuable at SVIP. But I think it's all right. I think it's balanced. I don't think it's like crazy. It's not like, oh, you need this to play the game, or to be a rally lead, or no, you don't.
Yes. Yeah, you don't at all.
So, yeah, I think it's fine, and it adds a way for the big whales to spend their VIP on something, right? Because now there's the cosmetics, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm assuming they're gonna keep adding cosmetics in the future. So you have something to spend your VIP points on. It's not something that actually affects in-game performance in any way. It's just a cosmetic. It's like, okay, here, cool, and something you can continuously spend your VIP on, right? Because it's only temporary cosmetic buffs that you get.
Now, we had Jalaz was putting up rallies this morning, and he had this cool little, rally interface. You put it up too. I think you still have a rally on Buster, which is great. So you get that little cosmetic going.
Yeah, I guess you can show it up on stream. It's still up.
So, from that standpoint, Jar just put one up. So I think it's kind of cool, especially, you get into KVK. Here's the reason why I like this is because, especially if you have campmates and you get into zone 4 in KVK. You're always skeptical of what rallies you join, because people don't have tech. And and you see this with a bunch of flames and you see this little enhancement here, then you're definitely like, okay, I can join that guy. I know he's VIP 19 or SVIP and he's probably going to spend on tech and all that stuff. So that's at least one criteria, right?
Right, yeah.
That's true. Good question here from Reaper. Let me look here. In the shop, what are we getting? So they give us, 10 transmutation stones. Yes, I'll take those. And
then, the VIP shop as well, right?
Oh, yeah. Fantastic. 7 formation chests. Great. Take those. My gems are running a little low, Cortex. I haven't started to spend
it. I've been sitting on 200 gems for the past week.
I haven't, anybody that's ever seen me or been around, I'll get the KVK spinning going and we'll run those up. Anywhere from $1 million to $2 million. That's kind of where I hang out in KVK. But we cool stuff in the KVK shop, or in the VIP shop. So that's kind of a cool deal. And we go spin the wheel now, I guess. You want to do it?
Yeah, you gotta open your VIP tokens. Then you can spin the wheel with them.
You gotta open them all?
Yeah, I open every single one, and then they get added to your total, and you can spin the wheel.
Oh my god! Well, okay, here we go. Get all these done. There we go. All right. So I'm set up. Does it tell me how many tokens I have?
It says in the top right.
Oh, GG. There we go. I think I got enough. Hopefully I do. Free spin. What? I skipped animation.
Yeah,
come on. Let's go. Oh,
that animation takes way too long, man.
Wait. There we go.
Some people in Rise of Kingdoms Discord earlier today actually wanted to see what it looked like. So I was streaming to a bunch of people in Rise of Kingdoms Discord earlier today, and you need to skip animation. That spinning takes way too long.
Okay, so how much do I spin? I don't spin at all.
Right? I mean, just spin until you have 50,000 of those coins or something, and then you can buy everything.
Cool. So we do this just over and over. Doesn't really matter. Ooh, a 150 spot. Let's go. Value. 2 150 spots. Let's go.
It's very time consuming.
It is. I can see this. At least I can reply to some things here. What do I got?
Yeah, at least you can read stuff, talk about stuff in the meantime.
Chadski the Kraken. Definitely not a Kraken. Can you give me feedback on Lilith adding armament crates, stones? Yeah, the VIP shop. Listen, the transmutation stones, guys, aren't as valuable as you think they are. And let me explain that. They're valuable because you never have enough, right? But, dude, it is such a gambo sometimes when... And you're just randomly picking stuff. Now, I love that you can lock and hold attributes. And so there's a natural progression there, even if you got to use a transmutation crystal to reset. But you run through so many stones. And I think the game really does a good job in events of giving you enough of those transmutation stones in events. And even people who don't spend that much, you do have a chance to re-roll armaments and try to get better armaments. So those of us at the high end, at the tip of the spear when it comes to rallies and garrisons that spend a lot of money, it's just to give you an idea. I'll just come back here. I don't really have much to transmute right now. So I've got 91 transmutation stones. And the main reason why is because, I'll just come to my rare inscriptions. I've already maxed these out, guys. Try to get as best as I can out of these things. I got one more I can do on that one. Maxed out. These are just my rare stones. Maxed out. That's a good one, by the way. But I also have the other stuff for it. So I'm not sitting here waiting on some now. There are a couple on the special inscriptions that it gives me complete brain damage looking at some of the things that I have here, like that with infantry defense sitting on my, straight to the point for cavalry. That sucks. But then I've got all my infantry over here, low rolls. That hurts my eyes. I got to fix that. I want to get that march speed out because if I'm running invincible, that's more for garrison and rally. I don't care about march speed. And then, got some decent rolls here, and I've already started the wedge stuff. So we'll get into that here in a sec when I do some of the armaments and I open them up. I'll show people kind of how I'm set up on my armaments, but you also have Oh, that's one way you can go into the VIP shop. Could you always go into the VIP shop from this up here?
No.
I don't think you could, right?
I don't think so.
That's cool. Okay, 9,000. You said I need to get to 50,000. That's nonsense.
Not quite 50. It's like 25 or something, or 30.
Okay.
For all of them, I think.
Cortex, I think people miss you. They don't see you in the streams enough. They don't see you hanging out enough. You go on hiatus sometimes, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I usually disappear in the off season.
Moles, you are 100% tip of the spear, dude. You're running garrisons for GT, bro. That's cap. Alloys. Most of us have a bunch of armaments. We rolled them 10 times and didn't hit what's needed. Yeah, it's hard. I've literally used a transmutation crystal on one armament like 3 times. It's brutal. Let's see here. $18,000.
155 people watching. Let's get some likes on this stream, guys.
Hey,
let's go.
that'll
Click that
be
like
fun.
button. Let's get to 100 likes.
100 likes. Let's go. We can do that. Cortex, a streamer, is not underrated. Or is not overrated. Yes, you're right. It is underrated. Ghost. That's how. Cortex, you were showing me, dude. Your last stream, is that right? How many views did you have on that?
Oh, 20k.
20,000? Let's go.
I mean, I don't think I was underrated, to be honest. Like, I consider myself like a very like mediocre streamer. Like, I'm very low energy when I stream, especially alone. So, like, I'm not like the most entertaining person.
Yeah, you are.
But
well, when you get on with me,
But,
especially in voice, anybody that's in voice, when you and I fight together, you get guys like Sean involved, and you get Grumpy Abe involved, and all that. I mean, yeah.
I mean, especially when I'm alone, I can be a little monotone and struggle a bit. But I would say I'm like okay. But I don't think I was underrated because I was getting a lot of viewers back then when I was streaming. So I don't think I was underrated necessarily. I was doing all right.
Smokey Montana, thank you for the heads up. Dude, I'm just learning, and I don't care enough to like make sure everything is perfect. I'm just here to have a good time. And here's the beauty of what I think the channel is with my videos. I like giving out ideas, and I did that in the first 4 videos. It's not some crazy declaration or proclamation. I know I'm not the smartest in the game, and I know a lot of the stuff I do, and you can ask Cortex, is so stupid. Like, why would you do that? But
I think I've asked you that question many times. Why would you do that?
But sometimes
it makes 0 sense.
But sometimes stuff works, and it creates good information for people. But this is honestly a channel to have some fun, get on stream, jack around. People can see kind of my account and how it goes. I always get people asking about my account, so I think it works. Okay, so the SVIP shop, how do I do this? Do I just buy it all?
You buy the 30-day ones, and then the permanent one.
Okay, buy the permanent one, 30-day one.
And then the different 30-day ones.
Ooh, okay. What does this guy do? Grant your city crane, taking flight, effect. What? And it even lets you...
it's a TP animation.
What?
Wait, let me show you. Can you zoom out on the map on your city? Like, just go to your city.
Yeah.
And zoom out. I'll TP next to you. Tell me when you're looking.
I'm good.
All right. Here.
Oh! That's like, I mean, bro. That's my Mount Carmel type stuff there. I mean, that's fire from heaven with geese flying around. Let's go. Oh, look, we're twins. So cute.
Yep, you need the birds around your city as well.
What? Can I tell
Yeah,
them?
you see, I got like birds flying around.
Oh my god!
You gotta apply the effects.
Okay.
Go into your like where you change your city skin. Go into that screen, and then at the top there's 4 different things you can apply,
Okay, hold on.
or 3 different things. Sorry.
3, 4, whatever. 3, 4, whatever. Okay, so I'm in here, and how do I apply it? Is there a way to do it? Is it at the bottom? Nope.
In your city skin thing, and then at the top you see there's different things.
Ah, nice. Got that. Nice. Okay. Oh, look at that. Very pretty. Cranes taking flight. Let's go. Cloth. Where in the States am I from? I'm in the southern part of the United States. That kind of sums it up for you. Not fully southern, but somewhere around there. Texas getting warmer, somewhere around there. What marches am I using for KVK? David, you need to go back and look at my Attila video, and I tell you what marches I'm using and why. It's not recommended. It's a little crazy. Cortex, I'm going to put the cranes taking flight here. I'm going to use the almighty
just apply them all.
power of light here. What are we doing here? Oh, my march? Oh, it's glowing.
You get like little projectile flowers after your march.
I mean, it's like the ponies are just like dropping these behind them. That looks awesome. Amazing. Flora footfall. Let's go.
And now you can go to your, click on your picture in the top left.
Okay.
And then click on your picture again. And then you see under the avatar frame, there's 2 more things you can apply.
Oh. What?
Yeah, that's the rally screen and the profile theme.
Oh, I love it. Rally screen, 100% doing that one. Profile, doing that one. Oh, let's go. Look at this. God, from the depths of hell. David, getting back to your question, though, if you go back and look at the Takeda, smite enhancement, video I put out, it kind of explains how I ran a lot of smite commanders and how I ran 3 infantry, and it kind of goes through all that stuff. So let's see here. Okay, what's next?
If you check my profile, does it show that thing? If you open my thing?
It does not. It gives me the old school.
Doesn't. I think it's bugged on PC when checking others, because yeah, it doesn't show for me either on PC, but on my tablet it does.
Nice. Okay. Any questions anybody has, just throw them in there. What do I think about Pyrrhus for Smite? Okay, listen. Pyrrhus is, he's kind of an anomaly. Now, I have not expertise this guy yet. I didn't find a reason to. I've got plenty of infantry commanders. Where is this dude? There he is. But he's got some things. I mean, the normal damage boost, he's not doing Smite. He's still doing skill damage. And I think he's got a skill damage enhancement. You take less skill damage. You get a skill damage buff. No,
I'll send you a picture in Discord of what it looks like.
Oh, that looks so cool. That looks so cool. Hey, do you want to see something?
It's pretty sweet.
I'm gonna show off my tech streaming savvy stuff. Check this out, bro. Look at this. Look what I'm doing.
Let's see.
So you just sent me a video or a photo, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh. Let's go. You like that?
Well, let me see.
Whee! I'm loading all kinds of buttons, bro. I guess I didn't save that in very high quality. It's hurting my eyes.
Oh, you put it on your...
There you go.
Yeah, I got sent this picture by someone else that checked my profile, so it's very low resolution.
But it gives everybody an idea. But back to your question, Pyrrhus is one, that's something we might have to test a little bit. If you're going to run some Smite commanders, and any kind of you know, situation where you have any kind of situation to where you have a smite commander sitting behind someone, like Pyrrhus has got a 3 seconds normal damage boost, right? Well, you can't get that to bridge if he's your secondary. Like, you can't get that to roll into your primary hitting it again. So you have to run him primary. And at least he's an infantry.
But your
commander.
Pyrrhus isn't maxed?
It is not. It's gold key guy.
How?
I have
Even
no
mine is maxed.
I have no idea, bro. My gold keys.
You probably have like 2 million gold keys.
No, I don't. I get the Methnet gold keys. And we roll.
Huh.
But that's Pyrrhus is one we'll have to test a little bit. As we get more and more smite, we'll kind of look forward. And San Rui, great question on the next Cav meta release. I am praying to God. Here's what I want in the Cavs, Cortex. The next field Cav, I want AoE. They haven't had one in a while. We've been dealing with these single target guys. I want AoE. And if they decide they're going to go away from skill damage and do either combo or smite, they better do smite, bro. If they do smite, Cavs, it's GG. I'm all in.
You're gonna get combo attack calves.
Combo. Oh, God. But that, I mean, you've got single target, and I went through this in my Cav video. Cavalry condenses so much of their damage to single target, which is great because the effect of that, you melt anything that you're focusing. But that's kind of how that stuff works out. So, okay. We got the teleport, got my cool little animation here. Let me go launch a Barb Fort rally and see how that thing works. Everybody's just like, yeah, we see that, Chadski. On to the next thing. Open up some stuff. You were all worried about your VIP. You had plenty, bro. You didn't realize how many had been opened, right?
Yeah. Because I got 3 million in the mail and I was like, oh, I'm fine.
Yes. Smite Cav would be good with Attila. I promise that. Every infantry smite you put behind Attila in an artifact KVK is off the charts. So, do you Evergreen that you're so right? Oh man. Hey, you got to show some revenue somewhere. I am not monetized, if you notice. Can't really give any kind of member gifting or anything like. I haven't quite reached that level. I've only got 4 videos, y'all. Stop judging me, okay? It's coming. How hard is that, by the way, Cortex?
Oh, don't even get me started.
This, I'm going to skip to the next song. This has got a little bit too much, French kind of accordion sound to it. So we'll go to something else. So what do you want to do? You want to open up armaments or do you want me to spin for Shazar?
Maybe go spin the wheel first.
Okay, let's do that. There she is.
Fun.
Here's where I've got her so far. And I generally max spin the wheel. Now, granted, I've kind of gone away from running 2 archer marches. And for the record, I have nothing against archers. I always run 2 marches. I've got this as my second archer set. So I run 2 archers. But I haven't been just because of how much trouble I've been having with them. But Shajar, I think I got her, bro, to 5211. Let's go. So I guess I gotta. Let's do this. Let's take this animation off, and then we'll spin it here. And typically I get horrible luck, bro. I'm like Johnny, research speed. This guy. Resources, let's go. Gold head, take that. Okay. Good. You want to sit here and watch me do this? Is that what we're wanting to do, chat? Like, we want to take bets? Can we get an 8 spot anywhere?
Man, I don't remember the last time I saw a wheel spin with the full animation.
Look at my building speed ups. Oh, they're so good. They're so good. All right, let's just skip the animation. We'll just do it this way. One head, getting wrecked. Let's go. One head. I do like these 15-hour speed ups. That's 45-hour speed ups. 4 days of speed ups works out just fine. Gold head, 1 head. Bro, let's go.
Tell your friends, guys. Tell your alliance. Tell everyone. Come hang out. Come have fun. Chad is live for the first time.
Oh my.
And drop those likes.
Drop the likes. Hang out. Subscribe if you haven't already. Dude, I'm getting wrecked in this. Are you seeing this?
Man, you've hit 1.5k subs in 4 days without like any shout out from really anyone. Chizgol or anyone. Like, you're doing really well. Let's keep the pace up.
Okay, yeah, let's keep it going. I'm trying not to be provocative where people come in and just hate on stuff. That's just not the way I roll.
No, people really enjoy your content. Like, I was reading your comments and I even asked you, I remember, like, have you filtered your comments? Like, have you been deleting like negative comments or something? Because I just couldn't believe how
no.
positive the feedback was.
No, Cortex is being nice here. The way he asked me stuff like that is, hey, are you paying people to make content or make comments on your videos? And I'm like, no.
I did not say that.
Oh, but yes, no, the feedback has been great. And I think, kind of here's my philosophy on it. If somebody disagrees with maybe something I'm saying or a point I'm bringing up, that's great. Like, throw it up there and you can debate it and talk about it. I don't mind debating it at all. You can do that without being crazy and toxic. But that's what makes, for guys like I think you and I, Cortex, and people that really get in depth in the game, that really go through the mechanics, that look at the commanders, try to get the max value out of your field marches and stuff. We enjoy that stuff, what works and what doesn't work, right? And
right, min-maxing marches and all that.
Oh, 100%. Who works well here, who works well there.
And like single talent points making small differences.
Oh, yeah.
Primary, secondaries.
Dude, we've gone fisticuffs over just like one talent point here. Or one like.
I mean, just ask Dom. Me and him spent a lot of time testing.
Now you and Dom did
a whole lot of time. We spent like 3 days straight of just arc practices, just running 5v5 into each other over and over and over and over. It was endless.
And running y'all's murder ball testing, that was wild, dude. Y'all did that like nonstop. And but what that's what makes it fun. So if anybody kind of has a disagreement, or if you're not quite educated, or if you know something that I don't know or haven't thought of, throw it up in the comments. Let me see it. And like I said, Cortex gets mad at me, and he used to do this when we would run kingdoms together. He would be like, Chad, why are you talking to everybody? Just be quiet. And if they have a problem, just go 0. And I was like, bro, it's our community. Like, you can't just go 0, everybody. And so and you said that lovingly, but you were kind of serious. Oh man.
Yeah, we have different styles of leading.
100%. 100%. I'm
like, yep, you're being a nuisance. You're gone. Get 0. Out of here.
Wallace talent tree. I've got kind of a different Wallace talent tree than most. I'll tell you why. I love this. I just love it. If I can get it. Now, what I miss out on the Wallace talent tree is this guy. And this is really good, right? Thick skin. It takes less skill damage away. But I think with so much smite out there, the skill damage mitigation is not as busted as it maybe used to. It's still great, right? But it's not as busted as it used to be. And I didn't put too much stock into the counterattack here.
You're on full infantry tree?
On Wallace, yeah. Mainly because I know. And I was just testing it out, bro.
See, here we go again. This is what we were just talking about.
Hey, don't even start. This is what I typically run. This is what I would typically run. Or I would go in and get this guy. But, that's a lot of points. And you got to stay.
Yeah, but it's like, man, march speed reduction. And even the final infantry talents are, like, pretty bad. Like, the stat per point is not great.
Jesus. All right, fine. I'll switch it. There you go. You can have it back. So going back to your question, who was asking that? Frosty, going back to your question. This is my Wallace talent tree now. This one I liked, but I mean, you got to stay in battle, and which is great in the murder ball. So I guess you could probably take away a point somewhere. I like this fighting cats.
I gotta switch with gems. That's whale stuff.
Nah, you're good. We're good. Question: My kingdom's 62 days old. Thutmose is a good main character. Okay, Let me tell you about Thutmose, bro. He is sneaky good.
Oh yeah, with all the museum buffs.
Oh, museum buffs. He's good in the early game, right? I mean, he's probably one of the best archer commanders you can get.
Yeah, I mean it's Tutmos wise, she's running the early game as far as I know.
It's great. But you get his museum buffs. We were literally running him with Ash and Cortex. Weren't we kind of testing that out a little bit with Fluffy and Peacemaker? We were trying to figure out, and it almost did as well as Ash Zuge. Almost. And it was like, Thutmose and it doesn't make any sense. He's just got a lot of weird, skills.
He has a lot of base stats.
Base stats are off the charts. The museum buff's crazy.
Did you see the Artemisia buff?
I did, and I was disappointed. It wasn't,
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it really changes anything. I think it's like if you were using Artemisia before, let's say you're limited on your commanders and you still have like a Boudica art. I'm talking about myself here, by the way. Then it helps, right? If you're already using Artemisia, but it's not gonna make you start using Artemisia, right?
Nah, skill damage reduction is always great, and that's that's meta.
Yeah, it's more so like nice if you're already using her, but it's not gonna make you start using her. But where's what's his name?
Who? Pyrus?
The anti-heal guy. Why can't I remember his name?
Oh, Gilgamesh?
Ramses. No, Ramses.
Oh, my Ramses.
Why didn't he get a buff with Artemisia?
Yeah, where is he? Is he not in here? They came out at the same time, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Next is Theo and YSS.
Oh,
Man, I'm looking forward to that YSS.
Let's go. Let's go. What would they do with YSS? Just a little bit more damage?
I don't know, maybe defense or... I don't know. Shield factor, I don't know. Could be anything. Damage factor, I don't know.
Kim Kong, I'm with you. Artemisia buff, a little bit too low. I mean, 5% attack. I guess, if you're able to get the VIP 19 and get the Artemisia, you're gaining 10% from where you were. I still don't know how good that is. But she was already kind of tanky. You make her more tanky with a skill damage. And that might be something we have to test out in a flag. I don't think we've messed around with the new commander and her. I just don't think it's quite there. But if you guys are enjoying the stream, like and subscribe. Hang out with us. I'll put up a video.
We're over 100 likes now. Let's go.
Oh, let's go. I need to refresh my page.
Yeah, I just did. We're at 110.
Nice. Appreciate everybody hanging out. Any questions?
Almost 200 watching.
That's good. Moles, this guy, we've known him for a long time. Dude, I haven't seen you in any stream anywhere, and you just show up here. Like, I'll see you in GT chat sometimes, and I'm like, oh, I remember that guy. How's your arch formation stuff coming along? Is it going good? You finally got it where it needs to be? Alloys. He's just speaking truth here. Oh, no. Do you think Ramses could become useful when... Is that Theo or Chio? Are many of the new mighty heal commanders on the field or swarming because of his anti-heal? Probably, but I mean, I would assume Cortex Gilgamesh is probably going to be, he's probably going to be more relevant than Ramses, right? Because he's just going to...
I don't really think Gilgamesh is going to be relevant, though.
Did we confirm
the reason being
that this works on the mighty heal? His
well, even if it does, I don't think it's going to be very effective. Because how Gilgamesh works is that he procs his damage every time you heal, right? Not based on the amount you heal.
Mm-hmm.
So it works really, really well against Zeno because she heals like 5 different times, right? With her fort skill or whatever it is. And is her fort skill? I don't remember. But she has like 3 or 4 heals, I believe, right?
Yes.
Anyway, so it works really well on her because she heals so many times.
Mm-hmm.
And he procs the damage many, many times. But against a commander that only heals once or twice, it's not really going to do anything. Because the rest of his kit is so outdated and so low damage that it's really... I don't think that commander is strong into anything apart from Zeno.
Cortex, I'll let you order. I'm a nub. He's talking about archers here. I blacked out when I heard 3 archer marches, so...
Tsuki, Herman, Boudica, Shazar, YSG, and Nebu. Should I max Ash and go 3 archers? Or what 2 pairs? 3 archers, that's a stretch, I think. You have Zuge, Herman, Boudica, Shahar, YSG, and Nebu. I mean, I think you just use Burika or Nebo with Char, to be honest, and leave Sugi Herman. Whichever one you prefer. I mean, you could max Ash. Ash is good, but I don't think it, like, at this point, it's like, is it really that big of an upgrade? I don't know.
Cout's got a question about Ragnar. I've got a video on Ragnar. You can check that out. He's big time, bro. He's the highest damage infantry march that there's going to be, based on what they've shown us. He's going to be a must. And for those people who, you know, run like a Guan CPO and a William Wallace with Luce, you got a smite march and a skill damage march. He is an upgrade from Guan. That was the thing with Guan, right? For so long, bro. You know, every time an infantry commander would come out, we would go through their talents, and they could be better than Guan's. But we always ask the question, is it worth the silence, right? Yeah. And it never has been. Sargon, nope, wasn't worth the silence. Any other infantry commander that they put out, CJ, not worth the silence. But then this Ragnar dude, holy cow. I mean, it's, here, I've got it in my album here. I mean, he does basically the same damage on his skill that Guan does, even including Guan's proc on his second damage that he does.
Yeah, and Guan has 0 tankiness, and he has a useless skill that's a rally skill.
But the drain is what I was shocked about. Like, because that's the first time in the game we've had any kind of drain effect, right? Where you're pulling attributes and a debuff, and then you're buffing yourself. Same. Debuff and buffing the same. And
right.
it's if you can go grab 30% march speed for a couple of seconds, not only while you're hitting, but while you're being hit, that's massive. And I was trying to put it in perspective for people. I was like, you could take a Ragnar CPO, and a Nevsky Joan could be running from you. And if you're hitting that thing and that thing procs, that's a 60%, effect on the march speed. You will slow it down and stay up with it. And if you can get it to proc again, because there's no cooldown on it, you can literally chase down cavalry. And it's crazy how that works. And then his expertise, given so much more damage, the kind of the AoE additional damage for 2 seconds that's 1800 damage factor. It's just so much damage. I mean, Ragnar is bringing so much to where I think we finally say, yes, that's worth the silence. We can finally retire Guan in all his glory. And so.
Why do you have them in your album? I was wondering that when I watched your video.
When I was doing that video, that was the easiest way because I'm a big noob when it comes
to... Because you didn't know how to pull up pictures.
Content creation. I was putting them here and referring to
I was thinking that. I thought it was really funny that you put it in your album just to make the video.
Oh, God.
It's creative. I like it. It's very creative.
Thank you. I'm a very pragmatic kind of guy. So, okay. Let's get into these armament chests that we just got. Here's what I'm working on in armaments, okay? And just so people are aware. My journey in the Arch world is over, okay? I've gotten what I need on Arch. Got it for the infantry. And I'm one of the only players in the game. I have never seen anybody else, but I'm one of the only ones that has it for cavalry. And that's where I kind of started getting it. And so these are my Arch. This is my Arch setup for cavalry. And it's pretty disgusting. And what's crazy is because I had this, and I'll get into it more later, my part 2 on everything calves, like we broke the game with this particular setup on Attila in a garrison. And we'll explain more about that later. Some of the guys that have fought against that can kind of tell you, like, it's like cheating. It's like impossible. So my Arch is done, Cortex. So now I've got to do what everybody else gets to do, and I get to do, Wedge. Okay, cool. So I grabbed balance. That was good. So I got that guy going. I kept this one going because, let's see. I've got a triple stack here, but this is also bringing me the archer attack. That's great. And then you add another buff in there for guarding. So my first archer wedge set is coming along just fine. Got a ways to go. But now I got to get my wedge and my cavalry. I've got to get this guy here, the instrument. I need to get the final special inscription so I can be loaded out on my cav skill damage stuff. Here's where I'm at here. That's it. That's what I want. I need unstoppable. That's the last thing I'm missing. So I've got that on my wish list. I've got 4 out of 10 there, which is good. Let's look at how many I need to get another rare. 30 with 3, so we're going to get that today. So that's what we're aiming for. We're going all Wedge all the time. I got some catching up to do while you idiots out there have been doing Wedge for years. I did Arch. I didn't even do Wedge at the beginning. I got a special inscription.
Meanwhile, your Wedge is better than 99% of us. But
no,
okay.
no. I mean, one thing I did notice is that Arch was so much harder to get triple stacks and to get the good attributes to go along with the inscriptions. It was so hard. But I start hitting Wedge, and it's like candy, dude. You get triple stacks all the time. Now, I'm probably going to jinx myself here because we're going to go ahead and start opening it up. But we'll do the epics first. I still buy the dailies, but I don't max it out like I used to. I think I do the $5 and $10 ones. I don't even look at some of the epic stuff. Yeah. Okay. So we ready? You excited? I'm excited.
Very.
All right, let's go. Oh, look at this. All right, that's okay. Nope. 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 Retaliation. That's always 22.5% counter. War cry's good. Give you a lot of attack. Oh, here it is. Craze. But see, this is what I don't understand. Okay, so this is going to reset my deal now, right? So let's lock this one up. My deal, this deal here. So it's going to reset this guy. So now I'm 141 legendary armaments away from getting another rare inscription, and my wish list has now gone to 5 out of 10. So even though I had it on the instrument, the rare inscription is still random, right? That one way to look at it? I guess it is.
I guess so.
So that is just exclusive to the special inscription, this guy, on your wish list. So this is, if you pick whichever one you want, you got Balanced, Hunter, Intrepid, of course, but Unstoppable is the one I need, and that is just exclusive to your kind of pity here, your 5 out of 10, trying to get to 10 out of 10. But to do your, rare pulls, your pity here, that's completely random because it gave it to me on the scroll. So GG, we've got that. Let's go roll again. Not bad right off the bat. Let's go. Any triple stacks? Nothing. Siege work. Okay. Do some extra damage, I guess, when we're rallying. Strongholds. Let's go. Requital. I've never been a Requital fan. I mean, just doesn't do enough damage, you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's mostly in the special inscriptions these days, or rare inscriptions.
This has got to go. I mean, golly. But look at this, bro. Let's go. 2.5% skill damage, 1% counterattack damage, triple stack. I think that's an upgrade from my second Wedge set.
Oh, wow.
Let's go look at that.
I just saw that. Devious Annexer. Annexer, barb damage, unlucky.
Let's go look at that real quick. I think I've got do I have my second set over here? No. Here we go. Okay. Okay, got this one, got Crazed, that's good. Okay, we'll go to this one. See, I use this Boiling Blood, 3.4% attack, 1.5% all damage, that's great, but I'm out on transmutations. So I've got the rare inscription here, but do you think this would be better? Chat, what's the question? Oh! Cheesy's in here. GG.
GG.
Andy. Chiz is in the chat now. Cortex the Legend? Yes, it is Cortex the Legend. Sasuke, I don't need to buy any more, formation chests. So which one's better, chat? Right or left? You're getting 3.4%.
Has to be right now.
It's got to be right. Like, what's Boiling Blood again? Okay, that's a 2% damage to skill damage. Boost to skill damage. Well, Devious gives me 2.5%. Okay. There's a 30% chance to reduce all incoming skill damage by 5% for the next 3 seconds. Probably not worth the stats, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Man, that's looking saucy, bro. I like that. You like that?
Oh yeah, should we talk about your Discord too? Maybe can we put
Oh,
the link in chat?
yeah. I was trying to. I can put it in chat. Let's see here. I'll do this. Can't you throw it up there?
I can. Yeah, I'll do it.
We
the
just
one you sent in the chat is the permanent link, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what a permanent link is. I'm just saying yes because.
Okay, I'll double check then.
Oh. You know, it's
even check.
it's funny. It pays sometimes to not be a jerk to people, because you create relationships in this game with the community and people that you know. And someone like me, like, listen, I own and operate multiple businesses and I do stuff in life, okay? But when it comes to, you know, Discord and all that stuff, I have no clue what I'm doing. I've got no idea. I've deleted channels. I've done so much stupid stuff. Cortex has built channels for kingdoms we're in, and I'll go in and just completely annihilate it. Like, I'm clicking buttons and not knowing what I'm doing. So having relationships, being able to have a good community and people that you play the game with a long time and friendships, when I actually do need help and say, hey, I want to try out some of this, you know, video content creation and just run videos, and I'm a different kind of, you know, guy that puts up videos. I'm not your typical content creator, but, you know, and there's a purpose of why I'm trying to do it. But at the same time, when I need help, you know, Cortex comes out of the woodwork. Hey, anything you need, I'll help you. You know, Ruz helped with the Discord. That was great. And I know Ruz, you know, bless his heart. Golly, it's so provocative. You just want to say one word in the rock community. You say the name Ruz, and it's just like either people are like, eee, or people are like, oh, he's pretty cool. But, you know, most of the people are kind of retiring, you know, from that old guard, right? When Ruz was so active in the game. But now Ruz is playing, he's playing, you know, another game with Chiskel and Age of Empires, and they're just getting after it. And so, but it's cool.
Is he playing that?
Yeah, he is.
No way.
I promise you he was. I was watching Chiskel stream, and Ruz is in there saying, what do I do? What do I pick? And I'm like, oh Ruz.
My God.
Bless his heart.
There's no way.
Right when I said it, Walski, yes. Oh, these guys. Okay, so we're back to opening. Got an upgrade. That never happens, but we got it. So my second cavalry wedge set, looking thick. No inscriptions.
Wolski Prime's in the chat, man.
Oh, Walski, my guy.
He was great last KVK.
Yeah, he was everywhere. KP chasing, doing all kinds of stuff. I'm all in on KP chasing. If you're gonna go do it. Not when we're trying to get something burnt, but you know what I mean. Remember how we used to manage that stuff, bro? And how just a headache it was? Oh my gosh. Because it was always the people that didn't have the resources and didn't have the speed ups. You would watch some of the players go, you know, just ride a pass and just hammer away while the other kingdoms on the other side of the pass killing us just to get KP. And then the next day they're like, hey, does anybody have any resources they could send me? And he was like, bro. Ooh. That's not too bad. Nah, I ain't saving that. Not doing it. Ah, here we go. Low roll. But see what I mean, dude? Wedge, you get... Look at this. Hey. You know what that's good for, bro?
What?
That's good for the courier shop. Slap a...
The courier shop.
Yeah. I like strategic. I'll keep this. Yeah, so the courier shop gives the deal for the flags, right?
True.
So this guy
I
here.
thought you meant to sell it to the courier shop. Speaking of, that's bugged right now, I think. I don't think you can
you can't recycle?
any armaments.
I can't?
I don't think you can.
Oh, I'm trying.
Unless they fixed it.
Fix it. I don't think I have enough. I don't think I have enough. Oh, it's locked. You're not allowed. Okay, I did get a rare inscription. So here's something we can do. This one just now. Okay, so we've got this one we're running on Zuge. You're probably not going to get much better than that. And then you got this one running on your second cavalry march. So I think... Let me see. So here's my second infantry. Like, see, dude, I don't want to, like... I mean, that's, like, really good, you know, with calm. So, you know, I could mess around and try to get crazed. I could do that. I love the rage. Go on to the next song. I don't like that song. You know what I mean, though? I guess we could try to get raged up there, but... Chadski, I'll give you PayPal account. Skip one spinning in KVK. Give me money. Can buy me a house. Maybe a down payment. But yeah, that's how brutal it is. Rerolls have been kicking my butt. Yeah, no, I get it, man. All my reinscriptions have been swerving. What other one do I have here that's giving me some... Okay, so I have Defiant here, but like I said, dude, when it came to transmutation stones, I've like used them all. Like all of them. And so I just need transmutation crystals. Now, if they would put those in the shop, oh my gosh. I mean, I'd be all over it. Adrian, I'm entering my first SOC. Wanting to expand to 2 marches. I've already invested in LC. Great job. Would William Wallace be best to invest in or wait for Ragnar? 820 gold heads. I think William Wallace would be the best to invest in. I assume you don't have Alex maxed. You don't have Guan maxed. Wallet. This was funny because a buddy of mine was in a chat just saying, hey, I run Alex compared to William Wallace. You know, there's one thing Alex does that kind of counters Zuge, right? Zuge is going to lay down the damage, right? You know, 15% less damage on the marches you hit with his AoE. And that's really, really good. Well, the one thing about Alex is that he's got that debuff. Where is it? Yeah. So his second skill, leading the charge, number one, it comes with the instant proc, which is awesome. But you are immune. Alex is immune to any damage dealing or damage dealt debuff. So he just cuts right through the Zuge debuff. And so there's little things within Alex's kit that they put in there 4 years ago that still apply today, right? And so, you know, Luce Alex is great, but for me, I'm all about damage. You know, Alex's proc is great, but dude, 2,400 in AoE for 3 targets with an additional 300 smite, and you've also got this guy over here. Where is it? Smite bonus, and then I love the fact that he dispels the slow stuff, and then you're also going to go do a mighty shield of 1,000. I mean, whether it's damage or damage mitigation, this dude is doing it. And, you know, he's going to increase the smite damage. There's an 80% chance to increase any smite damage done. That's over 1,000. That's like his active skill of 40%. That's just so much damage, dude. It's stupid. And so, anyways, I like William Wallace. You know, he kind of gets lost, but if you
he's great.
If you ran Wallace with LC, you know, like it's so freaking good. Holy cow.
Also, I was thinking for your like normal attack damage ball, isn't Shahar very good for you because of her expertise?
Uh-oh. Say that again.
Because everything Shahar heals, she makes those marches do 20% more normal attack damage.
Whenever this commander heals a troop for the next 3 seconds, the healed troop... What? Wait, what?
Yeah. It's very good for smite.
What? Oh my gosh. Okay, Mighty heals up to 3 nearby allies. Okay, that's every active skill. And then the active skill is just her, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's her third skill.
So, whoever she heals... I didn't even think about this, bro.
Gains 10% defense and 20% normal attack damage. So if you run your Attila Takeda ball and all that stuff, then Shahar is very strong.
Oh my gosh. Well, then I'd have to run two archers, which I can do, right? I got the gear for it.
Yeah.
I could run. Okay, well then, but I run 3 calves. Like, what would I do?
Are you? Yeah, I was gonna say, are you really benefiting that much from Herman? Because you don't do that much skill damage.
If I run, okay, let's think about this. Let's say Huo Belly, Nevsky Joe, Attila Takeda. Okay, so I've got two skill damage commanders out of my cavalry. Guan CPO, then the 2 smite marches, and then Zuge Herman and my second archer. So I would only have I would only have 4 skill damage marches. Or no, yeah. And then I would have 3 smite marches or normal attack marches. So
I guess Herman is still worth it then. Because you run 3 cav and 3 infra, right?
yes, and 1 archer.
With
Now
that setup.
now I can change it, and until Ragnar comes out, I can just, bench Guan and run 2 infantry.
Or I mean, I guess the question is, right, because if you run 2 archers, you run. I think you should run Shahar regardless.
Yes, I agree.
But in that particular murder ball setup with the normal attack damage. So I guess the question is, do you drop Herman and Ash as 2 commanders, or do you drop, let's say, Joan and Huo maybe, right?
Ooh,
like, which
man.
2 commanders do you value more?
I don't know. Why would
Or whatever 2 cav commanders you value the least out of the 4. Out of Huo, Belly, Nevsky, and Joan.
But I love them all so much. They're like my children, bro.
Right, but if you let's say you were running only 1 march out of those commanders, what would you do? Maybe Nevsky with Belly?
Man,
Belly defense debuff and the Belly expertise?
Belly's just my guy, bro. I gotta have him. Expertise is too good.
Yeah, I think Belly for you is a must, to be honest.
Because that's one of the reasons why.
And when you swarm and everything, it's just
yes. Having kind of set it and forget marches on swarming, because I swarm everything, right? And one thing I hated doing, and back when I used to run Trajan, I hated it. I'd have to go micromanage and make sure I didn't click Trajan to swarm. And I know Fluffy likes to do that sometimes, and I'm like, "Why are you doing that?" And he said, "Well, I'm putting the buffs on it, and I'm okay, you got the troops, let's do it." But what's interesting about Belly is that it doesn't matter if this is skill damage or smite damage. Like, it's just great. Just 12% more damage for everybody. And so I can't get rid of Belly. I just value Belly so much. And that is with saying that if you have William maxed and you're looking to put heads in something else, you don't need to get Belly. But if you have the means, in my opinion, he's better than William. He's just better. And I get it. This buff that William does when you're hitting multiple targets with the defense and the rage generation, it's still like, A plus S minus tier buff today. It used to be meta, right? God, 3 years ago, this thing was amazing. But I value Belly more. So I would just have to figure that out. I think that's probably a conversation we have off air, Cortex, and play with it and figure it out. But this is part of the reason why I've got you on here, dude, because I didn't even think of that. I'm in my mind, I'm like, I can't run 2 archers, like I'm going all in on smite. And then you're like, bro, like,
yeah, I mean, I guess until the new inf launches, maybe it's just 2 inf until Ragnar's out.
we'd have to kind of look at this. So you get 3 nearby allies or friendly troops, including your own, her march, right? Does that mean her own and 2 more? If that's the case, you're playing an odds game there. And if I'm running 5, 6, or 7 marches, you're hoping that one of the Smite commanders or Smite marches gets.
I guess so, yeah.
So, but if cavalry gives a Smite, then we're cooking gas. What do I have for infantry gear? I got some stuff. It's kind of my main infantry gear when I'm garrisoning and rallying. Now what I'll do when I garrison with Gorgo is I'll put the Greatest Glory here on it. And so I've got that to 5. I've got a couple of shields to 5. So my infantry stuff is set up. This is for a whole nother video, but this is what I get wrecked on right here. This is my leadership infantry stuff. There's been rumors that the developers are going to let you change your talent. If you've made a special talent for leadership, or if you've made a special talent of leadership gear for, infantry or archers or something, that you can change that. So that's just all speculation. Nobody knows, but that would be fantastic for me because I'm literally putting this gear on my 3rd infantry march. And it's tiered up and iconic. It's just, it's critted for leadership. So that's the only deficiency I have in my 7 marches with 3 infantry.
I'll give me a sec. Be right back.
But I'm such a canyon junkie, y'all. And speaking of which, I'll just go over here and mess around. We've got a really good canyon top end lineup. Have I hit July's yet? Typically, okay. And this is one of my rules for canyon. Okay, people don't like being jerks in canyon. All right. I always hit somebody once a day. That's fine. Move on to the next one. I'm not the guy that spams people. Cortex, by the way, while he's gone, let me tell y'all, he spams the mess out of it. If he can ever beat you, dude, he's just going to sit there and spam it and just completely make everybody mad. But I got some open tickets here, so let's go hit a couple of these. DOS Alien is pretty good. Patrick, yes, leadership legs and boots are fantastic for infantry, and we'll talk about that here in a second. We'll do this. We'll do this. We'll do this, and this, and this. There we go. Make it easy. Go hit Buster. Ayo. Let's see. Put this down here. Put this up here. Let's see how bad I can melt Buster here. Now, I run Huo, Nevsky, and Canyon. And a lot of people thought I was crazy because, when Huo first came out, nobody was really using, everybody was still using Nevsky Joan. And Nevsky Joan's great for Canyon. Joan does some of that rage stuff. She's AoE, she procs multiple times. She does a ton of damage. But as far as single target, because one of the benefits of Canyon is that you want to kill specific marches as fast as possible. Now, ultimately, you want to kill them all. But when you go kill specific marches, that's kind of the meta in Canyon. So single target stuff is really, really good for cavalry. So I've been running, Huo with Nevsky, and that's meta. It fires off so fast. It has so much damage. It just does so much. And that's typically how I hammer people in Canyon. Plus my gear on my cavalry stuff is just kind of broken. I can kind of show everybody that. So I've got this guy. I got to get to tier 5. I've got the coins to do it. Just ran out of blueprints last KVK. So once I get that done, we can hang that out. Hey, I am 100% free to play friendly, Moles. You know this. I am 100% free to play friendly. Everybody has a role, dude. Yes, Apo, the new VIP is fantastic. It is great. Just the benefits, what you can buy out of the SVIP shop is great. But that's why my troop count's up so high in Canyon, is because I run this gear up so high. But that's Canyon, Huo, Nevsky. That's kind of the jam. If you run Nevsky, Joan, and Canyon, well, I figured since you were gone, it was a good time to talk about Canyon since it makes you want to throw up.
Yep, true.
So What's the order to work on for Wedge special inscriptions? Cortex, that's more. You've lived in the world of Wedge for a long time.
What's the question?
Order. What order do you kind of work in? You don't really have. You don't really have.
What does that even mean? Like, you don't have a choice. I mean,
well,
you get what
okay.
you get, sort of thing.
No. Here's a better question. We know that you can get the hunter from KVK shop, right? If you win KVK and get an on-target. We know you can get the balance from the courier shop. Okay. So from there, if I'm starting from scratch and I have to do a wish list, are one of those is hunter or balanced? Is it good?
I mean, yeah, I think for anything, it's like you probably want to wish list the ones you can't get from courier and KVK, right? So like the instrument slot and the emblem.
So
I mean, yeah.
Intrepid's pretty good.
I would probably wishlist the emblem because I mean those are usually hard to get as well. So.
Super hard. I mean, and you can tell by right here. I haven't gotten the instrument yet. Intrepid's awesome. 10% boost to skill damage. That's a lot like the emblems are great, and it's a lot like it is for the arch formation. You get the emblem, and it's just straight fearless. 8% boost to normal damage. That's all damage for Luce, and so. And this, it wasn't this one. It was this particular armament is what started my path down the dark side of Arch. Y'all, when armaments first came out, I got this off Travels in the first week. Like the first week. And it was like, people were freaking out. I'm asking everybody what to do. Cortex, you were there. You were like, well, you got to go all Arch. Do all Arch.
Yeah.
And then literally for 18 straight months, almost 2 years, I did nothing but Arch, exclusively Arch, nonstop. I bought everything you could buy. I did every event you could do specifically for Arch. And honestly, I got my tail kicked, especially with my cavalry. I didn't have skill damage stuff. I ran Arch stuff. And it was pretty brutal in Canyon and sometimes even in the field. But once I got my Arch stuff squared away and I got my 2 sets for infantry and 1 for cav, then I finally went to Wedge. But what's on the codex here? What's the 5% boost of skill damage? Great. When dealing damage to a target, 30% chance of damage would be increased by 10%. Oh, man. Direct damage. So anytime you do an active skill, there's a 30% chance that's boosted by 10%. I mean, I don't know if that's better than the Intrepid. Do you think it is? I don't think that averages out to be better.
No, I don't think so either.
Accessory.
I think it's fairly close though.
It's pretty close. So I guess the long-winded answer to your question was, if you're going to wish list, just wish list the Intrepid. That's the first one I'd go for.
Yeah,
it's hard to get. What accessory for William and Luce? It's pretty simple. Anything Luce has, because of his expertise, he's going to run the basic attacks, and there's a 25% chance that he's going to do that. So you're going to get the rage. So sometimes if people still put a horn on Luce, but you're going to rage cap that if that thing fires off, and so you're kind of mitigating your benefit from the horn. So first and foremost, greatest glory. It's easy to get. You get it in the egg event. That's what you want to get on William Luce. And then from there, you can go ring. You can go horn. You can do whatever you want. But I go ring and
if you want hard hitting, go for the ring.
Yes, 100%.
Ring greatest glory.
Now, I've got my horn on him because he's my offlane guy in Canyon, and he runs with Constantine. So if people do want to go head up with me and just attack that with 1 march, I want to get the rage as fast as I can. I don't care about the damage. But it's kind of deficient, I guess, here, Cortex, because if they go offlane and swarm this thing, the horn's not doing it.
Yeah, the horn doesn't do anything.
Maybe I'll switch that.
I think I'm mad at Canyon because I can't make it work. I think that's why I'm angry with it.
We can make it work. We need to get you to stream, and let's look at your Canyon.
No. My Canyon is doomed. Beyond doomed.
Ragnar Prime, yeah. What about the dagger on LC? I think the dagger is fine. I've always subscribed to the notion, Cortex, that you run the dagger and I've got one here, I think. I've got it for infantry. And this is back in my Pakal days when I had the dagger, because I critted it on my first forge, and I was running the Pakal rallies. It had just come out. I got the dagger, I critted it, I put it on Pakal, and I had a mean Pakal Herald. And when you play the game in the field, typically you want your dagger and your web, if you have one, on the cavalry, because the cavalry is going to hit first, right? And you want to get that thing in play as quick as possible. So if you put it on an infantry or an archer march, you never want to put it on archers. You want to put as much damage as you can on archers. But if you put it on infantry, it's going to hit later, maybe a second or two later, and sometimes that extra second or two, gets it to proc if you've got it on your cavalry. So
dagger is good on Lucha as well, though, for the extra procs. It can double stack it.
It is good.
But yeah, I think dagger's fine.
But typically for infantry, not necessarily fine. Delta formation has inscription that boosts triggered chances 20%. That's 2 OP. Oh my god, we got to start looking at this Delta formation, and
I'm not even gonna bother, to be honest.
You know how disheartening that is? Like, right when I got Arch where it needed to be, right when I'm getting, Wedge where it needs to be, they come out with this stuff, and you're just like, what are we doing? Testudo, Circle, Staggered, and Delta. Give me a break. Golly. Thrasher. Combo. So nobody's doing Delta right now, right? Like, is that fair to say? Everybody in the chat, nobody's doing Delta right now. So, where are you guys migrating to? No migration plans currently. You never know, but we like it here. It's good. It's a good place for it. We fought the biggest KVKs, and there's so much fun to be had in those things. And but at the same time, your lower tier Imperiums, your kind of high AC KVKs are a lot of fun. There's tons of fighting in them, and we've had a good time kind of playing in a couple of those and having fun with it. Think who will be bench with the next cab? No, because I'm going to run 3 calves. I don't know how you would do it. If you ran 2 calves and you got, let's say we got a AoE commander, Cortex, high damage, cavalry, a Joan type.
It is interesting, because I feel like all the cav commanders are in a pretty good spot right now. At least the 4 meta ones, right, with Belly and Bo and Chadski and Joan.
I think if 10th generation cav field was over the top powerful, and I was just going to run 2 cavalries, I would probably bench Belly, right? Because I value you, and maybe I don't. I don't know. Maybe Joan, but Joan just does so much damage. Like, look at it.
I think Belly is too valuable for high damage players.
Mm-hmm.
I think for players that don't necessarily do as much damage, I think Belly is an easy drop, or maybe you shouldn't be maxed in the first place, right? For let's say if you're not max tech, if you don't have 7 marches, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But when you do have that Belly debuff is insane, and people don't realize. And he's not for everyone. Belly is very niche to players, but when you use him in the right spot, he is amazing.
As long as you have play in every kingdom, if you're in an A seed, high A seed Imperium, you're gonna have big murder ball fights. And as long as some of your bigger players have a Belly, it really helps everybody. Because what people sometimes don't realize is that this debuff applies to the target. It could be surrounded 20x. That means all 20 marches benefit from the 12% damage. All 20 of them. So, it's just going to melt. And so, and the thing I love about this is that it's I think one of the only, it's one of the only debuffs in the game, maybe outside of Tommy's poison stacks, that's instant, right? The second you hit it, it's in effect. And it's perpetual. It never changes. There's no cooldown. It doesn't stop. It's the second you hit it. That's why I always like to hide Belly behind kind of my least targeted march in cavalry, because I just want him to stay on the field as long as possible. Even if some of my marches have died, I want him to keep inflicting that debuff on anything he's hitting. So, Arafin, yeah.
It is like, it's hard to choose between which Cal commanders to drop.
Well, I'll just run 3 cavalry. And
well, yeah, but for the people running 2,
that would be very hard. And listen, Cavs are in a great place if you're running 2, because there's 5 great commanders. And most everybody has 4 of them. And even if you don't have Belly, everybody's got William, or you've at least got William, 5-5-5-1, right? And so, from that standpoint, it's William is still, even today, I mean, he still makes it easy to run 2 cav marches. So, Arafin, you can check out my video on Ragnar. I did a whole video on it and how we're gonna have a ceremony for Cortex. We're gonna have to do like some sort of
send off Guan,
send him into the pasture, if you will.
We should create like a red carpet for him, like with marches all around, and then Guan march just walks down and just gets completely swarmed down at the end of it by a bunch of people. That's his send off.
Or do something where
it's been a good run, Guan. It's been a good run.
Get a whole bunch of players and do an exclusive Guan swarm on a flag and see if you can just keep it silenced.
Yeah,
and send them off the right way.
That's his send off. The day before Ragnar launches or something in the middle of a KVK. This is the last day of Guan. It's been good.
I think if you had to rank the value of commanders, and some of them are getting reborn, right? Like Alex with his museum buff is great, grab some extra defense. And with Luce, Alex is kind of gotten reborn, where he's back to being in meta murder balls again. And then it's the same thing with Attila. Now that you have smite commanders, well, they're infantry. Well, what are you going to do? Well, you get into an artifact KVK. Attila is off the charts, and Guan has the only one that doesn't have like kind of that weird effect of being pulled by an artifact or being pulled by another commander or something like that. And I think it's crazy how long he's lasted, right? And I just think that he's probably the most high value commander. If you got him 4 years ago and you're still using him today, I mean, we ought to have a competition. Like people.
I mean, there's 3 names that come to mind, I think. It's like Guan, Alex, and YSG, right?
Yes. YSG's the same. And so, which I think it's good. I think it's a good design for the developers to use the museum buffs to make some of those older commanders relevant, keep them relevant. And I know the mechanic there is to bridge the gap to where players coming out of the early game into SOC, they can get the currency, they can get the museum buff for YSG, and the chasm isn't that much bigger, right, compared to players in the end game. But we ought to have a Guan, like, dude, you just have people like upload their Guan, kills.
Let me check mine actually.
Yours are probably pretty high, like really
120
high.
million kills on Guan.
That's what you have?
Yeah.
Look at mine.
Let me see.
Here you go. 120 million.
Oh, it's the same.
Let's go.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, we ought to have that. Like, go get a gift card, go give a giveaway, get people to the Discord and say, hey, in honor of Guan, we're going to have a week of Guan, send-offs. Whoever's got the highest, post the highest kills of Guan, you get a gift card or something. I don't know. I'll go find something. Yeah, Attila's the same.
Start photoshopping.
100%.
1 billion kills on Guan.
Well, bro, it's been fun. It's been fun. We got some work we got to get back to. Any other questions you got in the chat? If you think of something else later, shoot me a message. I always try to answer as much as I can. And I appreciate everybody participating, liking the video. You can go to the Discord. Do you have that one more time, Cortex? You throw it up there.
Yep.
Join the Discord. We just launched it last night, okay? And so we're populating it with stuff. I know Ruz was going to do some things on the talent trees. And but more than anything, it'll be good community in the general chat. You'll be able to check out all my videos that I've got in the content section. The report stuff is funny. Some of the people in the Discord already, Fluffy and Addy and some massive accounts. We've all got crazy reports we can post up there. I'm going to put out another video in kind of my part 2 of everything Kaz. We're going to talk about garrisons, and we're going to talk about the garrison that just about broke the game. And so from that standpoint, we'll keep the content going. It's a lot of fun. I'm having a blast with it. Cortex, thank you so much for your help, as always, buddy.
Thanks for having me. It was great seeing everyone.
It was. I think everybody likes to see you on stream, whether you're doing it with Chiz or anybody else. You need to go back to doing it, man. I think I'm inspiring you. What did I say? I inspire you to do a Why I Hate Canyon stream or video.
Yeah. All the 20 reasons why I hate Canyon.
Oh man. Well, I appreciate your help, and thanks everybody for hanging out. Hit the like button one last time if you haven't yet, and we'll catch you guys on the next time.
Subscribe to the channel, guys.
Oh yeah. Shameless plug.
Thank you, everyone.